Alrighty, good morning, y'all. I have my packages ready today. Got to go down to the mailbox, ship things out, and get ready for another day working on projects out here. So we're gonna go down, see what the mailbox looks like. If there's anything to be had. I don't think there is. I think we got it yesterday. But we're gonna take our little ride down there and start our day. This is our little knock around truck. I love it. It's a 52 Chevy. The gauges don't work exactly, but everything else does. And I don't have the inside handle put back on yet, but it's okay. You can open it from the outside handle. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning today, and we're gonna get into a lot of cool projects. Hope you're having a good one. Hope you enjoy the video, and we'll see what we got cooking a little bit later. Alrighty, here we are checking on the big dogs and the chickens. Hey girls. Hey Jack Jack. How's it going? Oh, what a love. What a love. How'd you do, Jack Jack, huh? Well, there's Clementine. Hey Clementine. They're still a little muddy from the rain. They have a sort of an orange color for Pierce. Hi Clementine. Hi, sweet girl. Hi. You're a good baby, aren't you? Yeah, you're a good baby. There's Boomer. Here's the chickens. Hey, girls. How you doing, girls? Got a treat for you. We brought the chickens a treat. Gonna say hi to them. And we're gonna take up the table and wheelbarrow that we had put here to guard against digging. I'm gonna show you what we've got so far. Oh, I'll take a, sorry. Oh, we got some strawberries for the chickens left over, but we had done cob in a previous video to cover the trench from Boomer digging. Here's Boomer. He's going to hide his face. He's very he's very sad about his digging. So it looks pretty good. We did put the table back over it while it continued to dry. When it was still wet a little, he tried to dig again, but he only got just the surface of it off of there. So it's still very hard, which is good. Eventually we're gonna put a cob path over the surface out here that leads out and around to the gate. But right now, we're just gonna leave it this way. Right, Clementine, are you gonna guard it? Are you gonna guard it for us? You're a good girl, aren't you? What a girl, what a girl. All right, we're gonna go in here and see the chickens. This is the coop. Like I said, we're working on it still. We're doing the cob walls, and then it'll be lime plastered. And they have a run that surrounds them. I used an old screen door, so we have a man door. What's up, chickens? Come this way. Come on, come on. They like to get right at your feet. They're very personable little girls. Hi, girls. Hi. You coming in? There's the pumpkin they had yesterday. First pumpkin of the season. They took care of it fully. It's just the rinds now. There's Betty. Hey, Betty. Hey, whoa, Black Betty. Yep, that's Betty. We call her that because she runs through your feet like a cat. She likes to have attention, this one. And she's got sort of a black comb and beak where the others are more red. Anyway, all right, girls, ready for the strawberry treats. Oh boy. So there's the chickens. So they're run. We have it covered with a shade cloth for predator protection and also for shade so they don't get overheated. We have this big spool in here. We use that for our food and water. And then we have a tray where we put out we put out the wet food. We soak their food. So they have some fermented food. And then the run goes all the way around to where we were. It kind of wraps around like a big letter C. And then I have a door on the north and a door on the south. This wall here will be fully cob. We've made it up to like right there. It'll be cob all the way up. This is the western wall. This is the north wall. And the north wall will have a window, a vent. It has a vent at the top with hardware cloth, and all the cob will come all the way down. And this is the north door, and Betty likes to close it. she'll get on the door. These are temporary doors right now because I'm going to put automatic doors on here once we finish the cob. But Betty likes to get on here and sit on this thing and undo the latch. Sometimes she'll even lock it down there, which is hilarious. But we have a south door and a north door, so they can kind of run through. Hi, girls. They can run all the way through, and the ventilation will go all the way through as well. And then inside, I have the roosting area is up on kind of a shelf, and I have linoleum there so I can clean off their droppings and put it in the compost. And underneath is a brooding area that we haven't used yet, but that's for future. That's the idea. I'll give you a tour of that another time when I go in to clean it out. But the dog run essentially surrounds the chicken coop, so they can take care of the chickens from our predator pressure, and the birds are in here. There's where their nesting boxes are. How are you wanting to be on the camera? Yeah, you're pretty spectacular. I see you. So anyway, chickens are getting a treat. The dogs are laying around in the shade, enjoying their morning. And this is where I keep the chicken food inside the run so nothing gets to it. There's the south door. Again, these are going to be automatic doors eventually. And this is the south wall. And it'll also have a ventilated window that stays open, but then the cob will come all the way down in lime plaster. So we've made it up to about there with the exterior cob. So we're getting there on the cob. It takes a minute. The entire structure will be made of cob with a wood frame. So that's how it goes. And then this is our door. And the door to the coop itself is a recycled, interior, exterior part of a French door combo. And then the cob, the chicken wire along the run that goes all the way up to the roof is actually cobbed in, so it's really secure. And then the roof, we extended out for a fully shaded and rain protected area for the chickens, and then the rest of it has shade cloth around it. And then out this section has just chicken wire over it, so it's fully sunshine. That's the north side and the east over here. So, and then this door it's a full size man door as well, so we don't have to stoop down or hunch down to try to go visit the chickens. But this is looking good. The cob's looking good. It did the trick. We're going to test today without the table on it and see if he can handle it, and we'll go from there. And then we're going to do more cob with our cob pile. Still waiting on the post to set up today. Probably a little later on we'll start back on the framing part of the solar array. And today I'm going to be working on some indoor projects for a little while that I have going. I'll show you what I'm working on, and then finishing up probably some painting on the little egg booth that I showed you before over there. So anyway, we'll check back in a little bit. Hope you're having a great morning, a great day, whatever it is. It's morning for us. And we'll talk to you soon. Okay, we're back in. I'm working inside today. This is my little sewing area. It's a crazy mess. Please forgive. That's okay. Gotta have your stuff where you need it. That's all right. This is inside the Kwanzaa hut. Today I'm working on some grommets for some bags. I'm making these. These are waste bags for your dog pickup bags, whatever you call them, because there's a little zipper on it, and it connects to your lead when you're walking your dog, and then you can just pull the bag out of it, and then you can store your roll of bags in there and zip it up so you have your bags to pick up your waste. And it's cute. So I'm making some of these today, and I'm using these pieces. Here's one that I've already got the grommet on. These are cutoffs from the dog food bags that I use for all the dogs around here, and I like to just make them. This is before it's sewn, obviously, into this shape. So today, for my hour or so of inside work, I'll be attaching grommets to the essentially this is like tarp material, like plastic. This is dog food bag, you can see it. So I've got this grommet on it, so I'll be putting grommets on the back and then pairing them up with the front so that I can sew on a zipper and make these. I'll sell them locally at the craft fair that's coming up, with some other things that I'll be making. So today's task for getting ready for that fair is to complete these bags. I'll be doing that for an hour or so, and then we'll be back out to the next project. So I'll keep you posted on whatever's going on for the day. and I'll be back shortly. Hey, here is the result from the sewing today. Here was my original pattern that I was working off of, and then this is made out of the scraps of bags from a dog food bag that we obviously have a lot of dogs around here because, you know, we love the dogs. So I got those all finished. I used old zippers that I had gotten off. There's Finley. He wants to say hello. Sorry. You know, so use the old dog food. This one is clearly chicken themed because it was that portion. The zippers come work on there. Put a little pull on there, little Velcro thing to attach it to your lead as you're walking, and then your dog pickup bags can go in there and pull through the hole like so. So everything's on there. Got those finished for the market, and that was today's little project. Here's Finley. You gonna say hi, Finley? There's all my scraps of fabric and such. There's Loretta. Okay, they're my helpers. That's what they do. They help. They give moral support. So that part's done. Then next we're gonna go work on finishing up some paint on the egg booth and check on that solar array for the afternoon. Hope you're enjoying so far. We'll catch up in a few. Alrighty, next project of the day to check in on is my egg booth. It's a self-serve egg booth. As promised, I'm going to try to finish this up today. I've got my supplies out. I've basically done the basic paint on it, and this is chalkboard paint, this section and this one. I've got to attach this cash box in here, and then it'll have cash and then a Venmo code here so people can pay Venmo if they want. It'll be out at the end of my driveway for people as they pass by, and we'll have eggs in the bottom and carton return on that side. So I've got to do some more label painting today, attach the cash box, get the chalkboard markers, and write all the signage. I need to put this piece of metal on the top up there. Please excuse the wind. It is one of those breezy days, so hopefully it's not too bad. Anyway, I got to touch the metal hopefully before it gets too windy, and then I need to write a little bit of signage here. This is the side that'll kind of be at facing the road. It'll have like that it's an egg booth and all of that. So I got to do some painting, and then I need to finish up whatever I'm going to do back here on this section in order to you know, make it cute and then move it to the road. I also have a little bit of painting to do around the bottom down here where I had attached it to these skids. The skids will be used for moving it. Number one, I stick the forks of the tractor under it and just move it. And then also to attach it, I have some big bolts that I'll show you to attach it to the ground out by the road so it will not blow over in the wind. So that'll be what I'm working on today. I'll set you up on a time lapse here in a minute and see what I can get accomplished since it is kind of windy. So there's project 2 for the day. Alrighty, here is post time lapse. The metal is on the top. I have a kind of a collection of used metal that I've bought from a local salvage guy here that I know in town. I've put the lettering on the front. It says fresh eggs on this side, cartons return on that side. Excuse the wind, it's a little breezy. I did paint the bottom section. I put my lettering on the side to show what this booth is for, farm fresh eggs, and it's self-service. And then I finished up the back with a little farmy flex there. So that's all ready to go. And then on the front, I got the cash box attached in here. I had to put a little spacer. You saw me cutting because of this lip on the original hutch. I also put my lettering in there. My eggs are only $5 a dozen because my chickens are still young, and some of them are not super large yet. So they are organic, non-GMO, and unwashed, so they can be unrefrigerated in here just fine. And then I put my farm information up there and that they are produced by Betty and her sisters, and we have no rooster, which is really cool. I also, just for information's sake, I didn't put this on the video because I didn't actually make this on video at the time. I wasn't doing YouTube, but you can kind of see a little bit in the old thing here. There was some things attached to it, but there's a little shiny part there, and that's because on the back of this, the back will actually be facing west, and I put a piece of plywood on the back of the hutch all the way down to make it stronger, and also between that I put some insulation in there. It won't do a ton, but at least it's a Reflectix insulation. It's the thin silver shiny looking stuff, so it should at least help with some heat barrier. It's going to be sitting in the sun. We don't get extremely hot here most times, and if we do, I could just not put eggs out if I didn't want to. But this is the booth. This side with the words will be facing east, so it'll be in the morning sun, and then this side will be south, of course, and that means that the other side will be west. We're good at our directions, but that's the booth. I'm going to add my phone number and my little Venmo QR code here to scan so people can pay with Venmo if they don't have cash on them. So that's the egg booth. The next thing you see about this, either today or maybe tomorrow morning, we'll be putting it out by the end of the road, by the driveway, I should say, so that it can hopefully start getting a view of passers-by, and maybe sell some eggs out there. So we're gonna do that, and the next project we'll be checking in on will be that solar array. Back to that one. All right, we have arrived back at the site of the solar array. We're gonna be working down here. Just wanted to show you where we are again. We have all 9 posts set. Today, I'm gonna put you on a time lapse. It's a little windy, so just beware. I'm sorry about that in advance, but we're gonna be working on doing the cross bracing or cross beams, whatever you wanna call them, across these posts and getting them leveled up so that we can then come in later and attach solar panels to the top. And then we'll be placing some storage boxes and things underneath this array so that we can service this area down here more easily with power and water and all the things we need over here. So enjoy time lapse for a couple minutes for you. It'll be a little while longer for us, and probably won't even be a couple minutes because this time lapse goes quick. But that's what we'll be doing, and I'll check in afterwards and show you our progress, and then talk about what comes next. The posts look great. We actually, I don't know if I mentioned this or if you could see it before, we were planning on only doing concrete on the 4 corners and then the center. We ended up having enough concrete to do some concrete for every single post. So they are all anchored in pretty well, and they're all at least 2 feet down, some of them a couple more. So we're going to be cutting off the tops as we go once we get everything put on there. So all right, we'll stick you on time lapse. Hope you enjoy watching us work super fast, and we'll talk in a little bit. Okay, we are at a stopping point for this video. We have to run to town and get the end sections for this. We changed up our design just a little bit based on our measurements and kind of how we wanted to do this center section here. So we're going to go to town tomorrow and get some we were going to cut the 2x4s for this section as well, but those are actually, you'll see tomorrow that they are in the next video, how they connect. The ones that run basically north to south are going to be connecting to our actual brackets for our solar panels. The ones that run east to west do not connect. They're just holding up the frame itself. So we changed our design a little bit. We're going to put one long 2x4x12 this distance to tie in that, and we wanted to do the centerpiece set below everything so that it would be like almost like a pergola structure. So I'll show you a little close up. It is a little windy, so excuse that. We've been fighting the wind today, but basically you can kind of see, if I go up a little higher, that center beam is doubled across there, and then the pieces that are going to run north to south, the center is going to rest on those two 2x4s that are going that way. We'll show you more details later, but this is where we got today. We use the 4x4 post brackets on those, the Simpson Strong Tie brackets, and then we did surface mount, or whatever you call it. I'm not a professional, to the other pieces on the north and south sides, and then the panels. So you can see the sections of where we got the posts a little bit deeper in some, but not in others. Like this section, we're gonna have to cut off the top of that. Ooh, there's the wind. We're gonna have to cut off the tops of those pieces that are just not quite as deep on the holes. So anyway, that's where we got today. We'll pick you up in the next video and show you the conclusion of the solar array and whatever other projects we've got going on. Hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like and share and subscribe for whatever's coming next, and we'll catch you next time.